Meet the Duprees. They're the ones that run things behind the gates of their private community. The core four of the family are Father Vernon, his wife Anita, and their two daughters Nicole and Danny. Let's start with Nicole, or Dr. Nicole to you, whose life seems to be so perfect. She and her husband Ted, who's also a doctor, has three children, Martin and Catherine, and also Ted's nephew Andre, whom they've raised. Oh, but then there's Danny, who married Bill, and they had two daughters, Naomi and Chelsea. And after 30 years, their daughter Naomi moved her best friend Haley into the house, and she stole her man. And now they're getting married, and Danny's not happy about none of that. But how could she be? Listen, Dupree family, you've got our attention, and we're back again today to get the tea, and I'm here to pour it. Because we all want to know what happened today beyond the gates. Hey everybody, happy hump day to you. And how you doing today, GK family? I hope everybody's doing good. Me, I'm good. I'm so sorry yesterday for that fast, abrupt ending, but I had to check on something for my mom. Everything is fine, but I just wanted to make sure, okay? You know, some things got to come first. Okay, have you hit the like button yet? And if not, take a moment to do that for me. Also, if you haven't become a subscriber yet, what you waiting on? You know you love me. So go on and make it official today. Just make today the day that you know what? I'm tired of listening to this lady ask me to hit this like button and to become a subscriber. Let me go on and do it so she can leave me alone. Okay. All right, everybody, say hello to my mods and to Tony Lynn, our official greeter over here at the Gatekeepers. Hey, y'all. Hey, my squad, and hey, Tony. All right, before we get to the gossip, and while the others are coming in, let me get my romper room mirror out and see who's down here typing in the comments.
Who's that typing in the comments?
Who is that typing in the comments? Well, let me get down here so I can see who's in here. Tony Lynn says, greetings, salutations, gatekeepers, mod squad, Miss Jen, wishing you all a fabulous day and hoping you all have a splendid day so far. Thank you so much, Tony. Tony always sets the mood for us over here. Real Talk says, good day, cousins. I cannot wait to hear from everyone. Real Talk, we are honored that you call us cousins because I know over there that means something in Trinidad. Hello, Tony Lynn says, hey, Real Talk, same to you, and thanks so much. Linda Bias says, hello, Tony Lynn, Mod Squad, Real Talk, hello, gatekeepers, creepers, peepers, hedge hoppers, and bush watchers. She said, today was very interesting day beyond the gates. Was it now? Like, share, comment, and hit that notification ding bell. It don't cost a thing to make the bell ring. Tony Lynn says, greeting cousin Linda. So fantastic to see you and everyone as always. Linda said, get in here. The tea is hot. I thought it was okay today. I mean, you know, Martin was in there over enunciating, but that was good. It was good. And I missed part of that because, you know, I tape the show while I'm taking notes so I can go back and get the things that I lost. And so I don't know what happened. My other phone just decided it didn't want to tape that. Now, it could have done that for Ashley and Derek, you know, how dare it decide not to do it during the best scene of the day. But I'm gonna tell y'all what I remember had happened was. KB Mommy's in the house says, happy Wednesday, Miss B, Miss Jen, Mod, Squad, Tony Lynn, and Gatekeepers. Hey, KB. And KB also speaks to Linda, and Linda says, KB Mommy's in the house. And she also speaks to Real Talk, and Tony does too. And Blatant Truth doesn't come up in here. Hey, Blatant Truth, how you doing today? She says hello to everyone as well. Let's see what else we got. Below Dee done come on through. She said, hey, gatekeepers, Miss Jen and mods. Welcome to everyone that's coming in. Don't forget to hit that smash that like button. Y'all know KB don't play with y'all down there. Hey, those buried in the bushes, waiting in the weeds, tuning in from the trees, and even hiding in the hedges, make sure you smash the like button because those mods gonna let y'all know over and over again. Lynn says she's loving the visual because thank you. Somebody noticed. I said we got to get us something to add Tony to the mix too. So Tony said we got your name up here too now, where it says hello to the mod squads and then welcome from Tony as well. Okay. Bobby Wobby's in here. He says, I hit the like button. Thank you, Bobby Wobby, for leading the way. Teach him, child. Linda says, Bobby's in house. Bobby, I think you become one of the favorites just for your name. Bobby Wobby is in the house. I told you it always makes me think of Whitney Houston. Bobby! Bobby! And she says hello to Below Dee. All right. All right, so I'm gonna click that one because that's the last comment we got. And then I'm gonna get on over here to these pictures so we can talk about what had happened today behind the very upper class gate, honey. Okay, so let me move this and get to this. Oops, hold on. I'm tearing up everything, y'all. Okay. Haley tells Chelsea that it's normal to want parents to reconcile. You know, Haley's always trying to be so sugar sweet, but I'm telling y'all, I got a feeling that she's not really. I got a feeling that she's not. I just ain't buying it. I'm not. I'm not. I don't have to. Well, anyway, she's like, you know, it's normal to have parents to want your parents to reconcile. And Chelsea said, child, wait, hold on. Let me find something for this because Chelsea, no, Chelsea, no. She was out of order when she said this today. She was. She was. She gonna tell her. She said, you know, I know it's normal to want your parents to reconcile. And then Haley said, how would you know, orphan child? Eat a crumpet. You need a little substance with your tea. Because Chelsea, that was so unnecessary. You to say that to this girl. That wasn't nice. That was not nice. And then Haley said that she can reconcile herself to the fact that there is no way in Hades Bill's. She said, you need to reconcile yourself to the fact that there is no way in Hades that Bill is going back to your mama. Haley. Girl, I don't blame you, but Haley, girl, why you have to come out like that? But we love it though. We do. We do. She was like, I know Haley tired of y'all. Haley is tired of you all. She's over it. But anyway, she said you can get over the fact your daddy ain't going back on it. So I think that Chelsea has said one more little thing to them, but it wasn't really that much consequence because you had got red. This is the second time your face had to get picked up at this table, little girl. The second time. So she goes on and leaves, and then Haley was like, I apologize, Bill, if that was too harsh. And Bill said, no, it's okay because, you know, Chelsea was out of order herself. You know, she was. She was out of order, son. I ain't going to hold you on that, you know, because usually you don't be talking to nobody's child like that. Okay? Well, Haley mentions to Bill that it is a good thing that he set that college fund up for that there baby that was coming the first time that ended up not coming. And then Bill says, you know what? What I'm going to do is call my accountant tomorrow and have some monies transferred. I don't know why I feel like Haley up to something. I don't know. I just think that that's going to be the turn that y'all didn't see coming. I'm telling you. I can feel it. I can feel it. But anyway. Anyway, she was like, I don't want to talk about money. She's just good. I'm just telling you, she's good. Sometimes people that didn't come from nothing at all, honey, is determined to build their own. She may not want to build it with you, Bill. She just wants your money. But we don't know. Y'all gotta stop being so suspicious. Just wait and find out. Well, then why as if that wasn't enough. Then in come Martin. Martin come in and says, I have something to say to you, Bill. Go ahead, child. We leaned in. We want to know too what you got to tell him. Speak up so we can hear you. Bill told him that he's sure he could wait, and Martin said it can't. And what I got to say don't need to be said in front of your wife. Do tell, Martin. But okay. That little girl still got her lips on Tyrell. And he looked not so happy about it. And she was confused. And Tyrell feels like he's doing something that he shouldn't be doing, sort of. He's like, I don't know. And are you having pity for me or something? And he says, the girls like you don't usually like me. And I'm a little suspicious. And he told us so. I'm a little suspicious. We are too. But not because you're not a handsome young man. We just suspicious of Jessica. I think that's her name. Lord, Derek done took Ashley to Orpha Jeans for a date. But she was happy with that because she's like, this is where we hashed it all out. Was it? Is this where y'all hashed it all out at? Whatever, girl. We don't really care. And then he gave her her little key back, and she was like, "Oh no, you got to hand the key." You know what, Bilo Didi? When I get down there, I need y'all to help me with that scene about because I didn't know if what part of it was a dream. Was it just the part where he got up and snatched around the neck? So y'all got to help me figure that out because I can't see that again till later. But anyway, let me get back to this. He gave her the little key, and she was like, "No, you can keep it, girl. Whatever." Chelsea stops by Danny's and she's chattering on about herself. And I'm thinking about getting with this guy who is a real good content creator. He's an influencer, and I think he can help me. Child, I'm tell you what I'm gonna do. I'm about to use that video from your daddy's wedding where I pulled out that pow, and we're gonna flip that, make that good. And Chelsea looking at her like, Mom, you need to sit down. And she's like, why? What kind of chair I need? I mean, why are you talking like that? What kind of chair do I need for this sit down? Do I need one where I could fall gently? Or do I need what you call that thing, a chaise lounge where I could fall gently down as the wind blows through my hair? I mean, is this dramatic fall down or I just need to sit down, girl? What I need? So she was like, Mom, I got to tell you something. And she's like, what? She's like, Haley is pregnant. And baby, Danny's eyes got so big. I got big eyes myself, so I'm telling you, her eyes was big. She was like, what? Girl, I don't understand what all the shock is about. I mean, if you're married to a young girl, you know it could happen. That should be the first thing she'd be thinking about doing to secure a future. Well, Haley leaves the table so that Bill and Ma-In could talk. Let me see where I am at. Did I skip a picture? I think I did. Let me come back and I'll let you know. Okay, so Haley leaves the table so Martin and Bill could talk. Oh, yeah, this is the picture down here. It's in the wrong spot. Okay, so Martin and Bill could talk. But this is the thing, though, right? So Martin over there all over enunciating and dialed all the way up, child. And first off, that man, see that man right there? That's that same man that was down there to the diner being all nosy. And now he in here trying to bring something to the table because he know whatever this is, he don't want to miss none of this tea. So he rushes over there. Martin said, get it going with that. We don't need none of that right now. And the man was like, oh, doggone. But he still got the tea though. He just didn't get it up close to where I mean, sir, how long did you think you was gonna stay at the table lingering? Ain't much for you to come over there and do. But we do want to know who you are. What are you doing nosing around town? Anyway, Bill wants him to get on with it. He says, so I'll make it short, but it dang sure won't be sweet. Baby Martin was mad the day he was ready. Haley Let me see. Hold on one second. Let me get to the right back. I don't know how I got my picture screwed up. Now I don't like when that happens. Well, we'll just go down here. I skipped something, but that's okay. Haley is sitting out in the vestibule of the country club and sees Naomi. And Naomi does speak to her this time. See, no, Naomi was a little nice today. She was like, "How you doing? Hey, girl." And Haley ends up telling her that she's there with Bill because they're celebrating. And Naomi goes to walk off, and Haley says, "Don't you even want to know what we're celebrating? Girl, you so doggone eager to tell everybody about this baby, as if it's going to fix everything. I wish you would stop trying to fix things, girl. You was in the wrong. Ain't nobody here for it. What you and Bill do is y'all business, but please stop asking these people who live you played a part in tearing apart to be happy about your stuff. Girl, it's too soon. Read the room, child." Bill want to know what Martin wants. "You mad because I talked to Smitty?" Martin said dropping hints like that that we're not on the same team is not cool. Child, he all up in Bill's neck because you can't really be up in his face because you ain't really tall as Bill. Child, I'm just saying. But he all up in Bill's neck talking talking smack. And he's like, "You over there telling Smitty and he dropping hints that we not on the same team is not cool." And Bill says, "I'm a lot of things, but I'm also direct and say exactly what I mean." And Martin said, "You know he a reporter and that he's suspicious. So why you over there playing games? He's suspicious by nature. And I don't need him being suspicious." Bill says, "I'm sure lying gets easier by the day." And Martin says, "You have a wait." And then hold on, I gotta get an effect for this because I could not believe Martin gonna jumped up and said, "This child." Martin said, "You must have a death wish." What, Martin? Is you threatening people? Martin, what was wrong with you? He's like, "You must have a death wish." So Bill told him that you writing checks your position. He says your ambitions are writing checks that your position can't cash. So Bill stands up and says, "What you gonna do? Huh? You in no position to lift a finger against me with all that I know. What you gonna do, Marty? Huh? We wait." That's what we thought. Well, Haley is upset that she's trying to reconcile with Naomi, and she has not let that happen. She hoped that time would heal all wounds, and Naomi thinks she's delusional. And Haley tells her that you never know what will happen that will permanently bond them. You never know what's going to happen, girl. It's going to permanently bond us. Just because you jump up and have a baby don't mean this girl going to be permanently bonded with you, girl. Please don't be one of these women that's trying to fix it all. Don't do that, girl. It don't work. Well, she says, plus, we're already family. Now, see, now that really got on Naomi's nerve. Naomi was like, girl, I'm gone." Naomi was like, "Girl, if you don't get out of my face talking stupid." Danny said, "Bill too old for a baby. He too old to be changing diapers, and he might end up breaking a hip." Well, girl, he ain't break one when he made his baby. I know that. And you need to stay out their business, Danny. But anyway, but then Danny is suspicious that Haley got a side. Maybe she got a side piece. Maybe Haley got a side piece. And then she wants to pin that baby on Bill. Girl, even if she do, it still ain't none of your business. Why are you trying to protect Bill so much? Bill is none of your concern, ma'am. Let us pause and see what y'all talking about down in these comments because I know y'all going in. Hold on. Tony Lynn says, I love the greetings with the name, with the visual, Miss Jen. Mega thanks so very much for that. Very much appreciated. You're more than welcome, Tony. And KB Mommy says, well deserved. Let's see. We love the shade, no matter who said, and we do. We do. We love it. We do. Bilo Didi says, you're awesome, Tony. Tony says, thank you, guys. Didi said, they played us with that scene. I'm like, ooh, get him, Martin. And it was all dream. See, I don't know if it was all a dream or some of it was a dream. I couldn't tell. I got to watch it again. Was it just a, because remember the guy was back there recording everything in the end and everything. So I'm just like, I don't know what that happened was. But that's the first thing I wrote down on my paper after that happened. I was like, now, y'all done played up in our faces. Lord, not DNA again. Child, yes, DNA is, yeah. Didn't we already get an entire week of DNA? Yes, we did, Blatant Truth, and it's too much. Danny looked like she was about to pop a blood vessel on the baby news. She did. Haley said, I'm secure in the back. And is. Because let's not play. That's what you're supposed to do. Love or no love. I'm just saying that's what people going to do. It's what they going to do. Notice the weight in the country club is, yes, because that's the guy that's been snaking around town. Real Talk says, good day, everyone. Sorry for being late. I'm a little sidetracked, but I'm here. All right, we're glad you made it. Bobby Wobby says, who are on them pictures on the wall? That's what I was wondering too. Are they somebody's family members and stuff? Because they did a close-up on one of those pictures in one of the episodes when Diego and Nessa was over there all up against the wall. And I'm like, who is these people? Real Talk says everyone needs to lay off Haley. She's pregnant. Deal with it. Yeah, I think they should just leave it. If she's pregnant by her husband. So just let it go. Hey, Belinda Hill says, hey, Jen, my squad gatekeepers, my apologies. I'm a bit late, girl. It's all right. Long as you made it in here, you in here. Real Talk says, I cannot stand. I can't stand. I just can't. No worries, Belinda Hill and Real Talk. Okay. Real Talk says, I have a theory, and I'm standing on it. I think Haley and Naomi are going to be pregnant at the same time, and one of these women will lose their baby. Only one baby won't survive. Ooh, that would be something. Belinda Hill says, hey, India, happy Wednesday. Hit the like button before turning. I hit the like button before turning in. Okay. KB says, Haley will continue to receive the cold shoulder due to her own actions, so she needs to just deal with the facts that she's not going to be liked or loved the way she wants by certain people. Yeah, listen, here's the truth. You gave that up. You gave the relationship up with these people when you chose Bill. So take your prize of Bill and you just have to go build you another circle of friendship. You cannot expect these people to just wrap their arms around you after you were a part of doing what you did. Now they ain't gonna cast Bill because Bill they daddy. You should have thought about that. This character should have thought about that. And Bill already knew he was gonna eventually get his back. Her losing, was that a concern to him? I don't know. Real Talk says, I think Naomi's baby won't survive. Danny will switch them babies and make Bill and Haley think their baby is gone, when in fact it's alive. Naomi will have Bill and Haley's baby. That'd be interesting. But like I said, I haven't watched these shows before, so I guess you guys keep telling me anything is possible. Karen J says, Haley was so eager to irritate Naomi today. Leave Naomi alone. Bilo says, although we're passionate about our faves, let's be mindful of our words, name calling, please, and thank you. Who called somebody a name? Did I miss it? I guess I missed it. Karen, they said it's good to see you in the house. What baby? Naomi's preggers too? Not yet, but I guess we're anticipating that they might. Bobby Wobby says, I have noticed that nobody on the show have small children like other soaps. The only small child I see was a baby born in the elevator. We don't really need them. I mean, what we need them for? Crying in the background. We trying to have drama. Okay? Let these babies already be an age where they can just walk through the room and go on by their business. We ain't got that. We ain't got that. Linda says, Bobby Wobby The babies are work in progress, and Real Talk says Danny does it to protect Naomi. Okay, we'll see. We have plenty to wait to see. All right, let's get back to these pictures. Haley tells Chelsea that it's normal to want parent. Oh wait, hold on. How did I get to this page again? Child, what in the world have I done? Did I flip a page over? All right, y'all, hold on. Okay, I did this one already. I didn't throw it to the side. Okay, Chelsea looks exhausted already with her mama's theories because she knows it will only get worse. Tired already. Danny, you done wore her out. And it ain't been but 3 minutes, girl, since she told you, and already you on her nerve. A good one at that. Okay. Derek is confused that Ashley don't want her key back. He also teases her a bit about her neatness and her tidy apartment, but he loves her standards. He just wants to live up to them. No, you don't, Derek. That's cute for a little while. Mm-mm. Either you all are neat the same way, or OCD is gonna win every time, baby. It's gonna drive you nuts. Mm-mm. 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 But Derek is convinced that he still wants marriage and kids with her. He wants little OCD babies. Ain't nothing wrong with being OCD, but I'm just saying, Derek, baby, you ain't about to clean up to this degree that this girl gonna need you to. You just not. You just not. But okay, but y'all go ahead on. Go ahead, get down. Okay, so then I thought this was interesting. Ashley said, then we could be the most boring couple ever if we got married. And baby, this right here is where we wholeheartedly and 100% agree with you. We do. We do. We agree with you on that, baby. Mhm. She said they're going to be the most boring couple ever. And we agree. We agree. Lord. All right, let me get back up into these pictures because I just need them to step up the storyline. Nothing to do with their acting. I can't say they're bad actors or anything like that. It's just the storyline. We need them to step this storyline up. Just come on with it now. Naomi and Jacob arrive and share that I don't even know what I wrote here, but I think Jacob and uh, not Jacob. I think that Derek and what this girl named Ashley ended up saying that we love each other so much that we've decided not to live together. And they was like, oh, okay, okay. Tyrell said that Jessica's ex. This is what. See now. Here's one thing we're gonna say about Tyrell. Tyrell can think. This little boy do got a brain. He said, first of all, your ex-boyfriend is a bad boy. Okay? And you could have any guy you want. So what you over here trying to get with me for? And you know what I think? Sometimes I'm wondering, is this some kind of prank that you pull? Just so you can get some more pictures and videos. And then she got mad and called him toxic. She said, you are toxic, insecure trash, and leaves. Now, hold on now. Hold on. Pump a break, baby. Hold on. Because this is what I'm trying to figure out. Is that trash? Now I could see saying that you was toxic and insecure because you don't understand the moment that you're in. But trash is a red flag for me. That's a flag on the play. You say that to me and we through talking. Forever. It's up and stuck. Because where we going from that? Like I'm just gonna walk around not remembering that you called me trash? It was a step too far for me. It was a word too many for me. But that's just me. Toxic, insecure, trash. See, that to me says that you know showed your hand and that maybe he's right because how you gonna just jump up and start talking like that? Little girl, all up in his house, in they mini mansion. Danny knows that Haley will want the world to know that she secured the bag and the baby. And Danny thinks she's intend to make that Haley intends to make it a big production and build on it. And unless there isn't a baby, Girl, it still ain't none of your business if it is. And I still have the same question, who are you protecting? Because Bill ain't your business no more. He's not your concern. If she tricking him, if she is got somebody else, if she got a man on the side, ain't none of this your business. And after all, it would be karma for Bill for what he did to you. So why you care? We listen, what? What you say, girl? Bill tells Martin that if you step to the throne, you best come correct. Martin wants to know the point of teasing Smitty with doubt, because he know what old stories circulating can do. You know the damage that this can cause. Why are you doing this, Bill? Bill says, well, I have my agenda and you got yours. I'm still looking out for your family. And my services are not free. Y'all still owe me. You owe me. And don't you forget who cleaned up your little situation, because your mom and daddy, your grandmama and your granddaddy sure enough do. Yeah, okay, I can see the pictures better there. I don't know who that is back there, but we got to find out. So he said, you still owe me. He said, now, I did not just fix that situation. I fixed you. I done fixed you. I own you, mommy. Bill told Martin that they were done talking because he said, I done said what I said. Down, boy. Now, Bill, now you go ahead pressing buttons when you ain't got to. Haley comes back in, and Bill ends up announcing that they having a baby, and Martin starts that slow clapping. Oh, bravo. He says, let me tell you something about your husband. Now, see, first you didn't want to talk in front of her because you didn't want her to hear what you had to say about her husband. But then he said, baby, and now you want to start talking and spilling tea. But we love it. We do. Now, this is the section where I don't know how much of this was real and how much this was imagined. They confused me here. So I got to go back and watch this later. So I can only just tell you what I saw and what happened because my phone stopped the recording. So Martin over there banging on the table and talking, and he said, your husband, I'm going to tell you something about your husband and how he took a situation I was in one unfortunate night to build on his business, to build his business on. He called Bill a parasite in a suit. Sir, I'm sorry, Bill is fine in a suit, so please mind your manner and speak truth. And Bill told him, you better mind your surroundings. Martin was like, why? Why you concerned, Bill? Why are you concerned, Bill? Yeah, Haley, your man is worried about his reputation and being seen as the vulture that he is. And he told Haley that she should not ignore the man that she married and the father of her blessings. He left his long-suffering wife for a much younger model, and he insisted that Danny attend the wedding, and then moved you into the neighborhood to flaunt his side piece in her face every day. Ooh-wee. He manipulated the law to get what he manipulates the law to get what he wants. And then Bill told him, now, you know you living in a glass house throwing stones, right? You do know that, right? And then at some point, Martin jumped up and Bill grabbed him around the neck. And that man was over there recording everything because he had his phone and he had to stop the recording for that. So he done got it all on tape, either film or audio. Either one, we want to know what you gonna do with it. But then they did something where it was like Martin was frozen there, like that's what he would have said, that's what he would have done. So I don't know. I don't know. At least I don't know how much of this was real and how much of this, like, did he stop at a certain point and he just didn't get up and get grabbed around the neck? I don't know. We don't know. I mean, I don't know. So we have to wait and see. Lord, Danny, see when this happened, he grabbed him around the neck. We don't know if that really happened or no. I didn't get a picture of it, so I had to use the thing from the promo. Okay. Danny is still going on about this baby. Let me go back up to here. Okay. Danny is still going on about this doggone baby. And Chelsea don't get who Haley would need to lie to about. Why would she need to lie about a baby by her husband? She feels that it's about money and it's her plan to cause everyone. No, she said it's her plan to fool everyone but her clueless husband because he's the only one that still likes her. She's like, Bill is the only one that still likes this woman. Everybody else already sees her for what she is. And again, Danny, it ain't none of your business. While Jacob and Naomi and Derek and Ashley are sitting and talking, she talks about blah, 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 blah. And Naomi and Jacob share their growing pain stories. But Naomi did compromise with Jacob because he's a little bit of a neat nick too. And this storyline is still just boring. Yeah. So anyway, that's what had happened again. It's like it's the same lines being recycled right here on this pod. Uh, Maybe they really want these characters on here. She just confused what to write about them. You know what's funny now? I'm gonna tell the truth here. You know how on some shows that are predominantly white shows, and then they have those black neighbors or those black friends, and they have them pop in and say stuff that don't have nothing to do with the rest of the show, but for the sake of whatever at that time, they had to have some black people on the show that really didn't fit in with the dynamic. This would this feel like in the reverse. It feels like that to me in the reverse. Like she didn't really have no point for them, but they're here now, and I got to figure out something to do with them. But we're hoping that the drama will dial up. Nobody cares about nobody's color. It's just, can y'all get this storyline together? Please. Because them popping in talking about, you put a scratch on my refrigerator is working our nerves. Okay, Tyrell is, let me see, did I skip something? Tyrell is talking to Smitty and Samantha is such a pushy little thing. You can call her, I don't understand why she wants Tyrell to be with this girl so bad. Like, do you just want a popular friend? Because this ain't your situationship to have your nose in right now, in my opinion, little girl. Well, Jacob calls Kat and tells her to meet him at Orphagene, so I guess we'll see her tomorrow. Derek and Ashley decide to leave, and Naomi's leaving too, but Jacob says that he's got to stay because I got to meet up with Kat in a minute. So we'll find out what's going on with that tomorrow. Haley wants to know what this mess with Martin is about. She said, what is all this about? What was going on, Bill? And Bill, one thing these men will do, baby, they will lie on this show now. They ain't tell their wives they better have nothing. And she's like, well, what's going on? He's like, oh, nothing really. He's just upset about that drama. When I took care of that little situation for Ted with Leslie, she's like, oh, Leslie Dana, whatever her name. Girl, I got a feeling you're going to be meeting her soon. Don't worry. You're going to learn one of her names or a new one. Or maybe you'll meet Dr. Nicole 2.0. We don't know. Well, Martin gets home and Smitty wants to talk. He wants to know why you were not at work voting like you said you were supposed to be voting on the bill, and you were not there voting on nothing. Because I got the notification, the push notification. The push notification said wasn't none of what you said was going on. So what would you at? What was going on? So he ends up telling him that, Smitty also told him that he's tired of all these lies. I think Smitty really is getting tired because again, you getting the same cycled lines. What you doing? What's going on? What's really happening? What's going on? Why are you lying? I got a suspicion. Child, either bring forth your suspicions or hush, because we better not find out that man running around town is working for you. Because, ooh, that would be scandalous. But we would love it. Oh, we would. You know how we'd get keepers on. Samantha is talking to Tyrell in his room, and she want to know what happened with Jessica, and he don't want to talk about it. So she tells him, you need some more confidence in yourself, and he says, you do too. Wonderful. Smitty wants to know if Martin went to hunt Bill down, And Smitty tells him that he knows his curiosity is what's making Martin upset. I already know my being curious is more what this is about. In other words, I know it's something that you don't want me to know. I already know. So you may as well tell me. Well, he said, why not just tell the truth? He wants to know what Martin has done, and he wanted to wrap his fingers around. He said that he wanted to wrap his fingers around his neck, but he didn't. He over he's over the backroom games, and Martin pretending it's all about Smitty and protecting Smitty. Then he tells Smitty that baby Bailey is coming, and he don't want to be nowhere near Danny when this news drops. So anyway, Martin goes back home and he lies to Smitty, in other words, and tries to make him feel like everything that's going on is really about me trying to protect you, instead of him just telling the truth that he has a secret to protect. And Martin, let me tell you something. This secret better be doggone good when you finally tell it. I mean, this better be tea. Piping hot tea. Because we tired waiting to find out what it is. Back at Bill and Haley's, they were talking once they got home, and Bill said he was going up to change. And then, of course, here come Danny, walking up in these folks' house again. She says, Bill is terrible at changing codes. You just love to try to just always, I know Bill better. Of course you know Bill better. You were with Bill for 30 years. Why wouldn't you know Bill better? You just didn't know Bill well enough to know that Bill would walk off from you, girl. You didn't think he would really leave, but it did. And maybe that's what you can't really get over. We don't know. Well, anyway, Haley was like, I know you lying. And Haley asked her, are you here to congratulate us? Danny said, I'm there to do much more. Now, honestly, at this point, I don't know who's worse, Danny or Leslie at this point, because both of them are delusional. Why don't they just call the police on Danny? Because although she ain't breaking and entering, technically she opening and entering uninvitedly. And we need to find out why. Now, in other news, as we said yesterday, someone pointed out yesterday, Bonita Brisker is the person who's going to portray Sharon. So I went and did some looking up on some of her scenes, and let me tell you something, honey. Her presence on screen is powerful. It is. So I really think that when she comes back in here as this articulate, that it's going to be articulating. Oh, I just cannot wait. I think this lady going to eat this role. I really do. I really do. You see that face right there? You see that face right there? These two faces here is going to give Anita just a fit. And I can't wait. I can't. I'm going to tell the truth. Let's get to our questions before I come down here to see what y'all talking about down to the comments. Let me check something real quick. I don't know why I just had a feeling to check. Hold on. The text. Hold on. I was not trying to play that. Hold on, you guys. Okay, I was hoping to find something that oh wait, hold on 1 second. Hold on. I see something I need to check before it disappears. Okay. All right, so that leads up to the questions of the day. Let me find my thing here. 1 second, you guys. Okay. Is Haley or is Haley not with child? Huh? Now that Danny has walked up in Bill's house again, exactly what did she come to say? Girl, what you want? And who is that man tipping around town with as many disguises as Leslie has? Do they know each other? What y'all asking me for? I don't know. But we won't find out unless we keep on trying to figure out and paying attention to what's going on beyond the gates. All right, y'all, let me get down here and see what y'all talking about down in these comments while I get a sip of water. Thank you all so much for joining me again today. And let me see, my mic is turning that way. Let me turn it this way. All right, let's see what you all been talking about. Chelsea said, Real Talk says Chelsea wasn't here for it. She was like, girl, what are you saying? Real Talk says Chelsea told Danny that Haley is pregnant and she's actually calm. That's the reason to be very concerned. Danny wasn't calm. She was just doing a slow boil under the surface. She sure isn't, Linda, which means trouble. Yeah, she ain't did the most yet, but maybe because she wants to go through her theories first. Belinda says, child, I hollered when Danny walked up in Bill and Haley's house. That look on Haley's face was priceless. It was. When Ashley said, I was like, girl, yes, so you can be aware of your boorishness. Oh, yeah, when she said that. Yeah, I was like, yes, so you already know. Maybe she slipped that in. She's like, you are making us boring. Real Talk says, if I was Bill, I would be very concerned about Haley's safety and the safety of their unborn child. I don't know what Danny gonna do. Danny will antagonize Haley every chance she gets. Real Talk says, Danny will see that Haley doesn't have a peaceful pregnancy. In that photo, Allison looks like a young Leslie. I don't know why they cast this young lady. She looks too much like Samantha. She does to me too. I think Danny knows something hinting at the fact that Haley could possibly be preggers by someone else if she really is. You never know what that. Maybe Danny done had this man that's tipping all around town. We don't know. Where are these young gals getting these tummy tickler skirts and dresses from? That's the style. Now, didn't you wear some short dresses when you was younger, good? They like to play twin sisters. They could really play twin sisters. Yeah, I looked it up to see where they related. Bladen said, not tummy ticklers. The best revenge is to ignore Bill and Haley and live your best life. Right out loud. I would, girl, I wish I would. I would pay Bill and Haley dust. Wet them like that. Wet them like that. Wet them like that. I would find that to play that, but I know they're gonna hit me with. I know. I already got to pay now. I already got to pay. Please hit the like button. You know how it works over here on YouTube. If somebody gives you $1, they get 50 cents. If somebody gives you $2, they get $1. So, and then on top of that, if I play something, then I got to split that revenue, that dollar or that 50 cent with whoever music I played. So I be having to be careful before I mess around OD people some money at the end of the week. And I ain't trying to do that. I am doing this so that I can earn some revenue. Linda said it don't cost a thing to make the bell ring. Real Talk says, now that Haley is pregnant, Danny shouldn't be left unsupervised. We know that she is what she's going to do. I think Danny is going to steal Bill and Haley's baby. Yes, that could be so. I was beginning to wonder when Bill was going to put pause on somebody. He has been disrespected for far too long. Danny doesn't want their baby, Dee feels. Danny might try to make Haley have a miscarriage, Real Talk. Real Talk says, Martin is mad hypocritical. Plenty of Bill's manipulating of the law was done to protect and benefit your own family and himself. Danny would be an evil human being for doing that to Bill. I will hate her even more. Oh, no. Bill's hands aren't clean, nor are the Duprees, which is why they are all where they will always be connected. Bill don't seem to want to be disconnected from these people. Like I said, maybe Danny, but not these people. Real talk, I could hear Danny now. Bill and Haley's baby are gone now. This is good. Now Bill can come back to me where he belongs. I don't know if I see her as a murderer, though. I don't know if I see Danny going that far. Doing some things to make them uncomfortable, yeah, but you never know. Bill is far from being a saint. Now, I told y'all, don't y'all give Bill too much. Haley might get caught in the middle of a fight and get knocked on the ground or something. Now, that could happen. Where has Bill ever claimed to be a saint? The Duprees are the ones walking around behaving like saints, acting like they are, like their pH is so perfect when they aren't. Didn't say that he claimed to be one. As being revealed, every one of them has some type of secret. We will just have to wait and see. Yes, Bill has done some things that isn't entirely proud of, but he did it out of love and loyalty to the Dupree family. That's right, real talk. You better stand up for the characters that you like. Martin's secret has been rigged for 40 days and 40 nights. Just tell it already. Sheesh. Somebody on IG had a theory that they said that they think the Duprees made a deal with Bill, and they told Bill that if he married Danny and get her to stop modeling, that they would bankroll his law firm. Well, I remember, why would she need to stop modeling, I wonder? Bilo says, is him having spying on a group of ladies who are harassing part of his love and loyalty? Seems pretty self-serving to me. In exchange, he will be the cover-up guy. Remember, Anita and Vernon were never supportive of Danny's modeling. I think they weren't at first, but they were afterward. Love and loyalty to the Dupree family. He's done a lot to the others as well that is not connected to nor associated with the Duprees. Now, y'all know Bill crooked. He is. Bill does nothing unless it serves him. His secret better be bigger than Ted's, Bobby says. KB says, below that part. Hence why I said he's not a saint and only catching heat because of him not being with Danny anymore. Real talk says Danny was the wild child, and Vernon was getting into politics, and Anita's singing career was practically over, and they were going for a more conversation image. Does that say conversation image? And Danny being a model wasn't a good look. Could be. If she married Charles Dutton, aka Rock, saw them in a photo together. I was trying to figure that out too, because I saw them in that picture together. He's also, is he still living? Because he was a fabulous actor. The fact that they did Rock live all that time was just fabulous. He was a fabulous actor. Bobby Wobby 13, yes, that would be something to marvel at. Real Talk says, so they made a deal with Bill, marry Danny, and get her to quit modeling, get her to become a good housewife so we can bankroll your law firm and you will have to be our cleanup guy. Also, you think the Duprees paid him to do that? Bonita is very expressive eyes. Yeah, I think she's going to knock this role out of the park. Real Talk, because I like Tracy. Tracy been doing her thing. Bill said that from the start of the marriage, Anita and Vernon made it clear that what it was expected of him and what they wanted him to do. Linda says to make sure y'all come back tomorrow. And Real KB Mommy says, tell your family, your friends, neighbors, church members, and even your frenemies to come on over and join us. Yeah, tell them get on over here. Real Talk says, I'm very eager to learn about Kenny. In the casting announcements, all they told us is that he is connected to Vernon and Martin. Yeah, anybody new coming on, we want to know. New to the channel, go ahead and hit the subscription button and like the video and join us in the chat. Belinda Hill says that dress Haley had on looked terrible on her. Why couldn't the wardrobe team do better tailoring fit for the bust line area? I don't know. I just keep imagining that they're having her dressed the way she is so that we see her come up in, like, visually, and with her clothes, with her home, that everything will eventually be more, high tone and not new money. With hers, it's not even really new money. It's nouveau riche. I never know what his reasoning is for being there. Who is he working for? We don't know yet. Leslie and that guy both got a job serving people. Linda says, tell your mama, your pa, aunt, uncles, cousins, like, share, subscribe, and hit the like button. Real Talk says, just today, the teachers in my staff room were talking about the Bold and Beautiful, and they were Young and the Restless. Tell them they need to be over here talking about Beyond the Gates. I told them no one watches those shows anymore. Everyone watches Beyond the Gates. Thank you. Danny is only giving Bill and Haley the time of day because Andre isn't at her beck and call anymore. He still ain't coming to give her her fix. Real Talk also says if they were still fooling around, Danny would have called Andre over after hearing the baby news and telling him to come over and make her forget. She ain't had a chance to yet. Maybe after she come from over the bills. Danny was eager to discuss her next venture when Chelsea came to tell her about Haley. So let's not try to act like Danny does. All Danny does is try to plot on Bill and Haley. I guess she was trying to mind her business until her business, that came in the door. Right. I wore 5 minutes in. Oh, right. I wore minis in the 70s, but they were not that short. Well, even then, they were scandalous, Linda, to the young, to the older set. Thank you, everyone that joined us today. We and appreciate your likes and participation in the chat. Real Talk says, do y'all know that Marquita Goins, aka Haley, is rapper Life Jennings' baby mama in real life? Wait a minute, hold on now. Haley is Life Jennings' baby mama in real life. No, did not know that. Oh wow. Okay. Okay. Well, listen, I appreciate you all being down here to talk again and to hang out. Okay. I appreciate you guys being here to talk again and to hang out. I'm always so glad to have you guys come and join me. Tomorrow is Thursday, so we will be on a little bit earlier around the 3:15 mark to have our quick chat. And then on Friday, child, you know what we going to do on Friday. I really hope by Friday that I'll have some good news to share with you guys. If not, we'll do it at another time. Please take a moment out to thank the Mod Squad for all that they do down in the comments. Thank you, Mod Squad.
Thank you, Mod Squad.
Yes, indeed. Thank you guys for keeping things flowing and making sure that the chat stays like it's supposed to, so we don't get snatched down, because we're trying to grow. We ain't trying to get snatched down. Remember, I added the ending is now 20 seconds long, so you'll still have 20 seconds to get your last comments up on the screen. If I could get them up for you guys. Let me take this picture down. Okay, let's hide that. Okay, so you'll still have a few minutes to get your. Why that's not showing? Okay, that's not coming up. All right, now I don't know what I did. Oh, let me see if this is it. Nope. Okay, I don't know what happened. Oh. Hold on one second, you guys. I'm trying to figure out something. Every now and then this happens, and then I have to figure out how to undo this. Okay, hold on. I gotta undo this because I don't want that up there like that. Why does that end up happening, y'all? Okay, I have to figure that out later when I log off. I can't get rid of that black screen, and I'm trying to figure out why it's up there like that. Oh, see now, that's crazy. Okay, see now it's I don't understand why that happens like that. Okay, so it just went away again. Hold on, y'all. That's coming up as an overlay. All right, I'm just going to have to let the background stay black. I can't figure out why that background won't change, because when I try to change it, it will not change. Okay, well, I'll just leave that alone. I'm sorry I had to make y'all suffer through that. All right, so anyway, I added 20 seconds to the end of the scroll, so it gives you guys a little bit more time to put your comments up, because I will click on comments because they automatically stop showing the minute, the moment, the second that the live is actually over. Thanks, Miss Jen Moscow. I had a ball. Looking forward to the next trivia game. Yeah, anytime that we're preempted, we'll do the trivia game. And let's see. I will say that we'll do, like, if we have any what do you call those? Super chats or anything like that that will come up, then we'll start basing our prize on what we got in the super chats, because you got to remember half the super chats go back to YouTube anyway. So yeah, and like I said, now I'm over here to try to build something to make money from this channel. So because I want YouTube to pay me. So, but I got to make it to some more stuff before you can really get paid. Until then, let me tell y'all where we at for the month, where I am at for the month, because I don't mind sharing. I ain't that kind of secretive. So for the month, child, let me go over here and see what YouTube is paid for the month. For the month of May, I made a grand total of $54.24. So that would average out to what, about a couple dollars a day? Yeah, YouTube is like, yeah, you spend the time, $2 a day. Here you go. They got the other half. So anyway, it's my goal to try to make at least $100 a month. So always remember, you can give something to the channel if you want to, but if not, ain't no pressure. All right, y'all. So now I'm gonna get ready to get out of here. Listen, I hope you guys are having a great day. And if not, remember that there's still some time left. Why not see what you can do to turn it into one? Anyway, I'll talk to y'all tomorrow at 3:15. Bye.
How did you get beyond the gates? Be gone.
Till absolutely no one that I'm the one that let you in behind the gates. See you tomorrow. Bye-bye.